So look at the format. As I told you, now this they want the sales cloud from the Salesforce. They want to use a cloud-based application. They are looking for sales cloud and service cloud application. They need an application which can support their sales operation and which can support their service operation. They are looking for a cloud-based sales cloud and service cloud CRM application. They approached the Salesforce. They asked, "We are looking for sales cloud and service cloud application." So applications what they require: sales cloud and service cloud. Okay. Now let it be a sales cloud, let it be a service cloud, let it be a marketing cloud. Salesforce first provide Force.com. On the top of the Force.com, they have given you sales cloud and service cloud application. Now, in the sales cloud, what you need? In the sales cloud, what you need? In the service cloud, what you need? You're looking for a sales cloud and service cloud, but what you need in the sales cloud and service cloud? Do you want all the features? You want all the features? Now, probably how many tables you may be using, how many fields you require, how many rules you require, depends upon that. I will give the access. So, when you're looking at the sales cloud and service cloud, they'll ask you what is the edition you need. So, on the Force.com, sales cloud, service cloud with this edition. In the Force.com, you are looking for sales cloud, service cloud with this particular edition. Now, this will give you application with a group of options for you. This will give you application with a group of options. Now, your application environment is created. Now, who want to log in? How many people want to log into this? How many people want to log into this? Then I told, boss, I have 100 managers who need access to CRM and Force.com. I have 2000 employees who need access to only Force.com. I have 5000 let's say I have 500 clerks who need access to only Force.com. And I told I have 1000 executives who log in from community. Now tell me, probably how many employees will be working on this application? Now if they are working, what they need? Do they need access to the CRM? Do they need access to the Force.com? Or do they need only access to the community? Now understand how many employees are required for your, how many employees will be working on your application and what type of activities they will be doing. Based on that, you decide what type of license we have to give. Now these 100 employees require Salesforce license because any user who need access to CRM and Force.com, for those people I have to give Salesforce license. Anybody who need access to only Force.com, they require Salesforce platform license. Now I want this 1000 executives to log in from my community. So I require only community license. So at the end of the game, what ICICI Bank will purchase? ICICI Bank will purchase 100 Salesforce license, 500 platform license, 1000 community licenses. They have purchased. When they purchase on what? 100 Salesforce license on enterprise edition of Sales Cloud with enterprise edition, or else 100 Salesforce license with a Sales Cloud and Service Cloud with enterprise edition. Organization will have only one edition. Which cloud you require? It can be one cloud or a combination of the cloud. So you are paying the money for Salesforce license on Sales Cloud with Service Cloud with Enterprise Edition. What is the price? Are you getting my point? At the end of the game, you are supposed to pay the money for your license. When you want to purchase the license, they will ask you which license, on which cloud, on which edition. Okay, together it is a price. Which license, on which cloud, on which edition, together is the license. I hope you got my point. When you are going for a license, they say which license, which cloud, which edition, all together this is the price. Then when you purchase 100, 500,000, then the Salesforce company asks you, okay, tell me name of one person who is the primary contact, who is going to log in first. Then I told create Satish. Then they created Satish as a system administrator, and they gave, you already purchased 500 licenses, right? You purchased 100 licenses. Out of 100, one license is given to Satish. Now Satish will log in. He will manage the remaining. Whenever you want, he will create other users. How many users he can create? 1,599 users he can create. Depends upon the requirement, he can create 1,599 users. Because totally you have purchased 1,600 licenses. So how many people can log in? 1,600 people can log in and work. You have purchased 1,600 licenses. 1,600 users can log in and work. Right. Already one license is given to Satish, and Salesforce created him as administrator. You told create Satish as administrator. Salesforce will ask you whom should I create as administrator, because it's the first time. Later on you can modify whoever you want. First I should give some permission to log in. So who is the primary user? I told Satish. So they created Satish as one user and they made him as administrator, gave the username, password. This guy will log in, he will manage rest of the things. I hope you are good with this, right? So it is a first platform. On the platform, which application with which edition? Which application with which edition? Which application with which edition? Now, if somebody want to log in and work, they require license. Now you want to work on CRM and Force.com, Salesforce license. You want to work on only Force.com, platform license. You want to work on communities, community license. You want to work on knowledge only app, then knowledge only user license. Now you are supposed to work on what? Based on that license they will suggest. I hope you got my point. Am I clear with this? Am I clear? Who is going to purchase all this? ICICI Bank. Now ICICI Bank will purchase all this. Okay. ICICI Bank purchased all these things. Then when I am using this application, I have some issues here. I want some changes to be made. When I am working on this, I want some changes to be made. When I want some changes to be made, what ICICI Bank will do? It will create a copy of this. It will create a copy of this. Now, while using this, ICICI Bank felt there should be some changes made on this. Then what happened? This ICICI Bank approached IBM. Boss, I have purchased a Sales Cloud application from Salesforce company. I want some changes to be made on this application. Then the ICICI Bank will create sandboxes, give this sandbox to IBM. The employees of IBM will log into this sandbox, make the necessary changes. When everything is done, deploy to the production. So we, being the developers, being the testers, where we are going to work on sandboxes. We, being the developer, being the tester, where we are going to log in on the sandboxes. Administrator will be working on production. Administrator will log in on the production. He will manage the application. Being a developer or tester, we are going to log into sandbox, make the necessary changes. Now, being a developer, tester, we are the employees of some developing firm. Please, Mahendra Madhusudan Singh, please mute your mic.
Yes, what is force.com?
It is a platform. It is a cloud-based platform. No. Right.
Okay. And what is the difference between these licenses?
Now, let's discuss at the end. Okay, we already discussed this. I'll clarify your query at the end. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, look at the point. Now, look at the format. The ICICI Bank has created these sandboxes. ICICI Bank has created the sandbox. It has given. Now, who are these? Please mute your mics. Mute your mics. I'll spend the time for answering your queries at the last 15 minutes. Okay. I've been repeating the same one. I'll answer all your queries. Whatever the queries you have, you can go ahead with queries at the last 15 minutes. Nice. Fine. Look at the point. So when you have these environments, who are going to work on this? Developers. Now, when I say 1,600 users, who are these 1,600 users? Who are these 1,600 users? These are the employees of ICICI Bank. The 1,600 people who are going to log into the production, all of them are employees of ICICI Bank. Who are going to log into the sandbox? Developers, testers, working from developing firm, who is having a contract to modify it. Now, when I say 1,600 licenses here, these are the employees of ICICI Bank. Now, who are going to log into the sandbox? Right. These are the developers and testers from the organization with whom you had MOU to customize your application. So, we always work on sandbox, and we are going to always work on sandbox because we are a developer. We only work on sandbox. Being a tester on a sandbox. Administrator on production. Right. Employees of ICICI Bank, employees of the client are going to work on production. I hope I'm done with this. Everyone is good with this? Right, boss? Any further queries on this? Right. No. Come again? Administrator will create it. Developer will never get access to production. Administrator will take care. You push the code, deployment will be taken care by administrator. See, let me make it simple funda. When you say production is a business issue, will I give access to the developer to access my business data? You are not supposed to. Will be product owner or corresponding product business manager who will be having an access on production. He will be looking at this. Okay. Now I give access to the code, but not to the data. If you need, I will give some sample data. Now you let us say he has a question. Now I want to give, he has a question. You want to give access to the production for a developer. Now what will be the reasons for giving the access? Let's take point by point. What will be the reason for giving the access to the developer? Production support team will be verified. See, production support team will be seeing when you want to give an access to a particular user, I may give you on the staging environment, or there may be a manager, a concerned authorized person who will be given. Now, for a developer directly, I don't give it. At the higher level, I may be giving the access. Now, let us say 1,000 developers are doing. Will all the 1,000 people will be a developer? Okay, supporting team. So, when you want to give access on the production, he should be an authorized user, licensed user. If anybody want to log into the production, he need a license. Lead a license means I am spending $150 for you to log in and test it. I will not do it. What I will do, I may be sharing some of the admin level permissions. Whoever is admin or product owner, somebody from the developing team, I'll be creating a user for testing it, the business user. I'll make that person to log in. Anybody who want to test it, log into this with that user credentials, not with my credentials. See, let me make it simple. Now I have production. So here I'm taking admin, or I have some TPU. Okay, or it is a product owner. Now these people are from developer support team. Now all the developers will be logging into Sandbox. If there is an issue which I need to replicate in the production, if there is an issue which I want to take from the production, or I want to pull a report, let us see. Now there is an issue, I want to pull a report and check it out. Then for this developer, I will not create him as a user. This person username password I will share with these people. Getting my point? Because you are a paid user. Who can log in? Anybody who want to log into the production, he need a license. Now if there are 40 developers, if I want to give 40 licenses, what will be the cost for me? Got my point? So we'll be having 1 or 2 dummy users on the production. Okay, one may be admin or any PO. That user credentials will be used for logging and cross-checking. And for that user, we may give certain restrictions. Now, when you are giving the access to that, he knows to whom you are accessing. Because it's a critical data. When it is a critical data, I cannot give access to every developer to go and log into production and make changes. Are you getting? I cannot give access to the developer. Here, I give access to pull some report, that's all. I will not allow this developer to make changes. Now, can you change the business data directly in the production? Right? So, at max, what will I ask you to do? When there is an issue, I may ask you to pull the data. But I will not ask you to make any changes on the production directly. If it is, okay, what type of changes will be allowed? Maybe enabling option, disabling option. Who will do that? We'll notify to the administrator, he will take care of it. I cannot give access to the developer to make modifications on live production. The support team will analyze on the sandbox and specify this through your PO or admin. They will do it. I hope you are good. In case if any data I require on which errors are coming, I may give my credential for you to pull whatever the data you need. Okay. Right, boss? So where the developers are working? Sandbox. Okay. Let me make it one more time very clear. Developers will not get access to the production. It is a business data. We will not allow the developers to make the changes directly on the production. Anything that developer develops, he will upload to the production. Then administrator or PO will take care about it. If not, administrator or PO will share the credentials to the developer to act on behalf of them and deploy it. Because anybody who want to log into the production, they should have a license. Every license is a paid version. Okay, now paid version should be used only for the business users, not for the developers and testers. I will not be willing to pay any single rupee for the developers and testers to log into my production. I want the business users to log in because they are generating some revenue for me. I will be spending the money for them to log in and work. I hope you got my point. So being a developer and tester, where you log in? Sandbox. Being an administrator, where you log in? Production. Now, in case if you are making any development activities, frequent development activities, I may create one more user from the developing team on the production. Now, whenever you need, I will ask the user to log in like him and pull the report. But I will not allow you to make any changes on it. Now, this PO, I should not allow him to make any changes. Are you getting my point? Are you clear about this? Okay. Now, I hope the story is clear. I hope the story is clear for everyone.
Satish, so there
Yeah.
is no license required for sandbox?
No, not necessary. Now that's what I'm going to discuss now. Fine.
Mhm.
Now the question is, how many sandboxes we are going to get? Now I told developers and testers will be working on the sandboxes. How many sandboxes you will get? Now the number of sandboxes what you are going to get depends upon the edition what you purchased. Number of sandboxes what you are going to get depends upon the edition what you purchased. Let us take an example. If I purchase enterprise edition, if you purchase enterprise edition, if you purchase enterprise edition or if you purchase unlimited edition or a combination of sales cloud and service cloud together as unlimited. If you purchase, we get 25 developer sandboxes, one partial copy. If you purchase unlimited, Lighting Unlimited, you get 100 developer sandboxes, 5 developer pro, 1 partial. These are the sandboxes which we are going to get. These are the sandboxes which we are going to get. You purchase one license or 1000 license, same number of sandboxes will come. You purchase one license or 1000 license, how many sandboxes you are going to get? Same number of sandboxes. How many sandboxes? Same number of sandboxes. Okay. Now, based on the addition, these are the sandboxes they are giving you at free of cost. When you purchase enterprise edition, Salesforce license with enterprise edition, they give you these many sandboxes free. Now, if I want any extra sandboxes, I was supposed to purchase it. Now, you can purchase any extra sandbox. You can purchase any extra sandbox except developer sandbox. You can purchase any extra sandbox except developer sandbox. When you purchase developer pro, they give you one developer pro with 5 developer sandbox. If you purchase one developer sandbox add-on, they're going to give you 5 developer sandboxes. Developer sandboxes will come as add-on with other sandboxes. Developer sandboxes will come as add-on with other sandboxes. You cannot purchase developer sandbox directly. You cannot purchase developer sandbox directly. They will come as add-on with other sandboxes. Partial copy. When I say partial copy, add-on, if you purchase full sandbox, add-on, so along with your edition, you are getting these sandboxes free. Along with your edition, you are getting these sandboxes free. If you want any other extra sandboxes, then you can purchase them. Except the developer sandbox, you can purchase any other sandbox. Except the developer sandbox, you can purchase any other sandbox. Now, developer pro, if you purchase 5 developer sandboxes will be add-on. Partial copy, 10 developer sandboxes will be add-on. Full sandbox, 15 developer sandboxes will be add-on. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Now let us see. Let me give a quick choice here. My company purchased one Salesforce license, Sales Cloud with Enterprise. My company has purchased only one Salesforce license with Sales Cloud with Enterprise. One Salesforce license with Sales Cloud with Enterprise Edition. Then what happened? I will get $25 plus 1 partial profit. Then for every sandbox, how many usernames I can create? One sandbox will have only one username. If you have only one username, only one person can be logged in. If you have only one username, everybody has to log in with the same. Then I cannot recognize who you are. Suppose my company has purchased 20 Salesforce license, Sales Cloud with, then they are giving 25 developer sandboxes. Then on each sandbox, how many developers can log in? 25 developers. You are not paying any money for sandboxes. Sandboxes are coming at free of cost. But how many developers can log into the sandbox? On one sandbox, how many developers can log in depends upon how many licenses you have purchased. I hope you got my point. How many users can log in depends upon how many users can log in depends upon number of licenses what you purchased. I hope you are good. So you will not pay any money for sandbox. Sandboxes will come free along with the edition and license. When you purchase one license or 20 license, number of sandboxes that you get is only 25. Right. But the question is, how many developers can log into the sandbox? That will change. Depends upon how many licenses you purchased. Number of sandboxes are going to be same. But how many developers can log into each sandbox will change based on number of licenses what you purchased. I hope you are clear. Right. So the charge is for only license on the cloud, not for sandbox, not for any other. We are paying the money for license. When you purchase one license or 1000 licenses, number of sandboxes what we get is same. But depends upon the number of licenses what you purchase, number of developers can work here. Are you clear about this context? Right. Let us get into more practicality, then we'll see. So I hope I made it clear regarding the environments, edition, licenses and sandboxes. Now, how to create your own account? I want to create a trial account. How to create your own trial account? Now, for the trial account, Salesforce is giving developer edition. It is an edition created for trial accounts. It is not a commercial edition. This is a developer edition, is a trial edition. If anybody want to practice the CRM or practice the development on the Salesforce, they have given a trial edition, which is called developer edition. Now the question is, how do you register your account? You are supposed to use developer.salesforce.com. You are supposed to use developer.salesforce.com. Now, you can register your trial account with any other URL. We have so many other URLs like login.salesforce.com. You can go to salesforce.com. If you use any other URL apart from this, you get only 30 days trial version. If you use any other URL and create the trial account, you get only 30 days version. If you create using this developer.salesforce.com, they say 3 months, but as long as you are working, the account will be there. So create your trial account with the developer.salesforce.com, then only you will be able to get CRM and the force.com, so that you can practice development activities as well as the admin activities. Apart from this, if you use any other URL, you only get, apart from this, if you use any other URL, you only get a CRM account. When you get a CRM account, it is a 30 days trial version, and you will be able to work with only administrative tasks. Development you cannot practice. So register only with developer.salesforce.com. So let me take you to that. So go with developer.salesforce.com. Sign up. Just create your basic data, first name, last name, email address. The communication or password reset will be coming to this. Then rest all the things you can do whatever you want. Okay. Then last, username. That username is should be in the form of name at the rate of your company name.com. So I was giving here. So you can give xyz at the rate of abc.com, anything of your choice, because it's a trial account. Practically, when you go to your company, generally the username should be name at the rate of your company name.com. Okay, name at the rate of your company name.com. Because it's a trial version, I was able to give abc at the rate of xyz.com. You can give anything of your choice. So, go to developer.salesforce.com, enter the first name, last name, role, company, and your zip code, email address. When you are trying to create your trial account, your username should be in the form of name at the rate of your company name.com. So I went to Salesforce and I told I was looking for a sales cloud. They gave me a URL. I registered here. I make a payment. Then once you registered, verify your account. Set your password. So when you say verify your account, it will ask you to set your password. Once you register, you get a confirmation mail to activate your account. So click on verify account. Whatever the mail address you have given, to that mail address we get verify account. Click on the verify account, enter your password. So your Salesforce account is created here. Your Salesforce account is created. So what is the URL we have used? Registration URL developer.salesforce.com. Enter basic data. Username should be abc at the rate of xyz.com. Username should be in the form of abc at the rate of xyz.com. Username should be in the form of abc at the rate of xyz.com. Then log into registered email address, verify the account. So already I have given the hard copy which contain trial account creation. Verify the account, set the password. So this is how you have registered developer.salesforce.com. Then enter the basic data. Then give your username, log into the registered address, email address, verify the account. Now, this is only for registration. Developer.salesforce.com is only used for registration, not for logging in. Once you register, how do you log in? Now I received an email, I told verify the account, it has taken me to log in. But next time onwards, how do you log in? If you want to log in, how do you log into Salesforce? If you want to log in, they'll ask you. If you want to log in, they'll ask you the first question. The first question is whether you want to log into production or sandbox. If you want to log into production, then the URL is login.salesforce. If it is a production, login.salesforce.com. If it is a sandbox to which you want to log in, test.salesforce.com. If you want to log into the production, login.salesforce.com. If you want to log into the sandbox, test.salesforce.com. On your trial account, there is no sandbox. Only production will be there. On trial account, you will not get sandbox. On trial account, you will not get sandbox. You will get only production. Let me show you this. I'll try to log into. Let me show you the sandbox. Now, if it is a sandbox, on the top you'll be finding, you're finding here a sandbox dev 317. You'll be finding the sandbox here. Let me log in again. I'm logging out. Look at this. If it is a sandbox, I told test.salesforce. Now this sandbox I'm using from my company account. You will not be getting a sandbox on your trial account. To demonstrate, I'm using my company account. On trial account, you will not get sandboxes. Okay. So test.salesforce.com. So this is how you are supposed to log in to the sandbox. Test.salesforce.com. You get on the URL on the top you are going to get sandbox, name of your sandbox. Suppose you want to log into the production. Login.salesforce.com. login.salesforce.com. This is how we are going to log into your production. If you look at the production, you will not be finding any mark here. If it is a sandbox, you find it is sandbox. So generally, on the trial account, you will not get a sandboxes, only you get a production. So how do you log in? Login.salesforce.com to log into production. Test.salesforce.com to log into sandboxes. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, next, what is the instance of the server you are getting? Salesforce has multiple servers. Now, Salesforce has multiple servers. On which server your application is running? You want to know on which server application is running. So, if you want to check on which server the application is running, right. Now, basically, Salesforce has AP server, NA, EU, CS. These are the 4 different servers. Okay, server locations we have: AP, Asian Pacific, North American, European, and common sandboxes. So these are the 4 different instances what we have. So if it is a production, all the productions are going to be on either AP, NA. All the sandboxes are going to be on every company sandbox will be on CS. Your productions are going to be on AP, NA, EU. If you are from Asia, then your server is going to be AP. Okay, American, North America, NA. European, if your client is from European nations, EU. So AP, NA, EU. There will be multiple instances of AP. We'll be having some instances like this. Depends upon the right. Now, if you look at this is my sandbox. Now, what is the instance we have? CS 74. All the sandboxes will be on CS instance. My sandbox is on CS 74. If it is a production, because I am from Asia, my application server is AP 6. AP instant, my server number is 6. AP 6. So, by looking at the URL, you can tell whether it is a sandbox or a production. In the URL, if you find AP, NA, EU, it is a production. In the URL, if you find CS, it is a sandbox. In the URL, if you find AP, NA, EU, it is a production. In the URL, if you find CS, it is a sandbox. Looking at the URL also, we can tell whether it is a sandbox or a production. I hope you are good. Okay. Now, your production, all the productions are going to be on AP, NA, EU. Sandboxes are going to be on CS. Now, the question is, if there is any performance issue from the Salesforce, how do you know it? Now, I was trying to log in. Let us say, from last 3 days, I have some issue with my video uploads. I was using one of the cloud to store my videos to give access to the students. Now it is resolved. Okay. Now I am having a issue here with this. From last 3 days, I was trying to upload the video. There is some issue with the server. Now, how do I know it? How would I know that the issue is from their end or from my end? Now I was trying to upload the video. Videos are not uploading properly. Half the video is uploading. Is the issue from my video or the issue is from cloud? How do I know it? Now, in the Salesforce, if you want to track the issues related to your application or the server, how to track server issues? Look at the point. If you want to track it, rest.salesforce.com. What is the URL we have? trust.salesforce.com. When you scroll down, we're finding status. Then, which products? Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Studio, Live Agent, all these are the products. Which product you are looking for? Now, what is the server we have? My server is AP6. So this is how I can find out. There was a maintenance on 5th, 10th. There is no performance issue here. Let me take any other server which can give you. I can go here. If there is any performance issue, that will be indicated with the. Don't have any issue here also. We can choose the server what we have. Whatever the server we have. Look at this. NA54 and NA55. Now they will be indicating this is an issue. Okay, already on our servers there is an issue with the performance. There is a maintenance. There is a degradation in the performance. They will indicate. So you can go to trust.salesforce.com or directly you can go to status.salesforce.com. Choose your server. Check the status of your server. Right. So how do you track the server? There are two URLs what we can use. One is we can use any one of the URL and track the status. Right. This is the basic. Now the question is, how does the Salesforce recognize all the application? Because all the applications are running on the same clouds. All the applications are running on the same clouds. These are the different servers we have. And all the applications running on the Salesforce may be working on any one of these servers. How does the Salesforce recognize your production? How does the Salesforce recognize your production? What happened? Salesforce for every instance. Salesforce for every instance, it will give you 15 character unique ID, which is called organization ID. Based on this ID, Salesforce will recognize your org. Now, every Force.com instance I create, every Force.com instance I create, Salesforce will uniquely create 15 character ID. Salesforce will uniquely create 15 character ID. Based on that ID only, Salesforce will recognize your organization uniquely. That ID is called organization ID. That ID is called organization ID. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? So how the Salesforce will recognize that this production belongs to ICICI, this production belongs to HDFC. Every production or instance will be given 15 character unique ID, which is also called organization ID. Based on this ID, Salesforce will recognize your organization. I hope you are good. Clear? Okay. Let me summarize all the things what we have seen. First, trial account. When you create a trial account, registration, developer dot Salesforce. When you register here, your username should be then. Once I create a trial account, how do I activate my account? How do you activate your trial account? Go to the registered email address and click on verify account. Click on verify account, link what the Salesforce has sent. Then set the password, login. Okay. The moment you log in, you have created a trial account. You have verified the account. Now tell me what type of edition they are giving you. The edition is developer edition. What type of edition they are giving? Developer edition. Okay. What type of cloud they are giving you? They are giving you Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Now the point is, whether you take a Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, you get both. If you take a Sales Cloud, they give complete Sales Cloud with the basic features of Service Cloud. If you take Service Cloud, complete Service Cloud plus basic features of Sales Cloud. So whether you take a Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, you will get both of them. But whether you are going to get complete Service Cloud or not is defined based on the cloud what you have chosen. If I choose Sales Cloud complete plus Service Cloud basics. If I choose Service Cloud, complete Service Cloud plus basics of Sales Cloud. I hope you are good. Okay. Now on the trial account, what are you going to get? Basics of Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Now, licenses. On the trial account, how many licenses they are giving? They are giving Salesforce, because it is a trial session. On the trial account, they are giving you 2 Salesforce licenses, 3 platform licenses. In this, already one is used. You created one user, right? So whomever you have created, for that user, one license is used. So how many are left out? 1 Salesforce license, 3 platform. This for you. Okay, you can create those many users, log in and test your application. It is a trial account. Limited number of licenses are given for you. You want extra, you have to purchase. Right. So which edition are you getting? Developer edition. Which cloud? Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Licenses, 2 Salesforce license and 3 platform license. When you create a trial account, this is what you are going to get. The next one. How to log in? How to log into Salesforce? Now, here I can also give environment. What type of environment? Only production there. Now, if you want to log into production, login.salesforce.com. If you want to log into sandbox, then how do you test your, how do you know which instance of the server you are using? Instance of your, so what are the instance of server we have? We have AP, NA, these are used for CS, used for now your application. My instance is AP8. Then, how to track the performance? How to track the performance of the server? Trust.salesforce.com or then. How your instance is recognized? Organization ID. What is that organization ID? Salesforce by default creates 15 character ID. Salesforce by default create 15 character unique ID for every instance of the force stock. Salesforce by default create 15 character unique ID for every instance of force.com. Based on this ID, Salesforce recognize right, Amma? This is what we have seen as of now. I hope everything is clear. Clear? But when you want to register, you have to register with this. Now, if you are finding on the top 30 days left, 29 days left, 15 days left, you have registered with the wrong account. If you are finding 29 days left or 30 days left, it is a CRM account which you created. You cannot make any new development there. You cannot build any new programming there. So, you are supposed to go with developer.salesforce.com. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Next. Salesforce is available to you in how many versions? See, Salesforce applications are visible to you in two ways. Classic version, Lightning version. Salesforce available in two versions. Two UIs I can say. One is classic, another is classic and Lightning. The core difference between classic and Lightning. When I build an application on Lightning, I can open the same application on mobile, tab and desktop. No need to build separate application for mobiles. When the application is same, when the page is same, why are you building three different pages for three different devices? Generally, when I build any application, for mobile I will build separately, for desktop I will build separately, for tab I will build separately. Am I right or no? When you build any enterprise application, for mobile we build it separately, for tab we build it separately, desktop we build it separately. Boss, when the page is same, why are you building three times? Let us build a page which can run on mobile, desktop and tab. That's how Lightning came forward. So both are application wise, concept wise, almost everything is same. Conceptually everything is same. Okay, but the objective of the version is different. The Lightning is going to run on mobile, desktop and tab. It's called SPA, single page application. But conceptually, how to create a table? Same. How to create a rule? Same. No difference in implementation. There is a difference in presentation. But the backend implementation is same. Are you getting my point? At this level, you can only understand the point that at the backend, everything is same. In the front end, presentation is changing. What all the things that will change at the backend, along with the topics we'll see. But as of now, as an administrator, in your point of view, backend is same, the front end presentation is changing. Let me show an example. This is the classic version. Whatever you are finding here is called classic. This is a classic version. But if I go to Lightning, Same application, I'm opening in the Lightning. What happened? The presentation format has changed. Let me log into your account and show you. Now, this is your Lightning version. This is the Lightning version. The presentation format has changed here. Application is same, table is same, data is same, rules are same. But the way they are presenting you in the UI, they are changing. So look at this. This is the Lightning. Now, if I want to show in the Classic, same table, same data, I'll show in Classic. This way. What happened? Presentation format has changed. Now that presentation is different because it has to run on mobile, desktop and tab. Here, if I want this application to run on a mobile, I have to make some changes. I have to build separate pages for mobile. Are you getting my point here? Am I clear? So as of now, Lightning and Classic for you is presentation is different. Conceptually how they are different, we'll see one by one when you get into topics. I hope you are good with this. So Salesforce is giving the application in two ways. One is the Classic, other one is the Lightning. People are moving to Lightning now. But the issue is 80% of the applications are still running on Classic. Only 20% of the applications are migrated to Lightning and they are migrating. So down the line, it will migrate completely. But you are supposed to understand Lightning and Classic because all the existing applications are running on a Classic. So you should be more prominent with the Classic. Because the market is moving to the Lightning, you have to learn Lightning features also. There is a reason why we are learning the administration Classic format as well as Lightning format. Conceptually, they are same, but navigations will be different. I hope you are good. So Salesforce applications are available to you in a Classic as well as Lightning. Now, which version of Salesforce you are using? Every year, Salesforce will give you 3 versions. Summer, every year, Salesforce will give you 3 versions. Summer, winter and spring version. Then we are going to have 19 indicates the year. 19 indicates the year. Right now, the version of the Salesforce what we are using is Spring 19. The version of the Salesforce what we are using is Spring 19. You can check here. When you log into your account, you'll be finding it. Spring 19. Spring 19. The version of the Salesforce what we are using right now is Spring 19. The version of the Salesforce what we are using is Spring 19. For every 3 months or 4 months, a new version will be released. Okay. So, if there are any major changes, we'll be letting you know. Otherwise, minor things will be there. So, every year, 3 versions will be released. Summer, winter and spring. Right now, the version what we have is Spring 19. I hope you are good with this. Now, go ahead with your question if you have any. Come again. But because it's a developer edition, it allows you to edit programs also. Okay. Yes. Any other queries? Yes, Amma? 3? Other one you have to create. See, you are practicing you have created an application. You can create 4 more employees on the application. You can log in like them and see what they are able to see. When you build an application, you have to see, you have to control. Sham should see only this, manager should see only this, right? Then how do you know whether whatever the functionality you are working, whether it's working fine or not? So you are creating sample user. To create that sample user, they have given sample licenses. Platform will have access to. Somebody has asked me a question. When you say Salesforce license, you will get access to CRM and Force.com. CRM are the applications developed by Salesforce. Platform is the environment created by the Salesforce to run those CRM applications or to develop new application. As a developer, if you want to build new application, you require an environment. That environment is Force.com. If you want to run applications created by the Salesforce, then also you require an environment, which is called Force.com. Force.com is an environment. CRM is the applications developed by the Salesforce. Now you have 2 choices. Boss, you want to use applications developed by the Salesforce, then you require CRM plus Force.com. Then which license you have to take? Salesforce license you have to take. If you want to only Force.com, I don't want any application developed by the Salesforce. I want to use only the application which I developed. Then you require only Force.com. Then what license you require? Salesforce platform license. I hope you're good. Someone from online, some Madhusudan Singh. Is that was clear? Right. That was your question, right? Yeah. Right.
Satish, what's the difference between 15 character ID and 18 character ID?
Case sensitive and case insensitive. Now we'll be learning that 18 character ID. Basically, this 15 there will be a 15 character in the Salesforce. They'll represent as 18 character. 15 character is a case sensitive ID. Small should be small, capital should be capital. If you want to make it as case insensitive, I have to make it as 18 character. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Satish, where to get these notes?
1 minute, Rosh.
Hi Satish, I
1
have
minute.
one small
Online.
question.
Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay.
See, now when you want to migrate from Classic to Lightning, whatever the functionality that Salesforce has developed, it will be converted by Salesforce. Now, whatever you have built it, you have built some pages, you have built some logic. Okay, so the pages what you have created, it is your responsibility to migrate. Right. Please mute your mic, someone. Madhusudan, mute your mic. Now, whatever you have built, that will be developed, migrated by you. You have to recustomize, okay, rebuild it and the Lightning. Okay. Yes, Kishore, go ahead. What is your question?
So when we are developing some applications in Classic, so how much of an effort will it take to migrate that one to Lightning?
Now, there are 2 points what we need to understand here. When I say Classic application, whatever the functionalities Salesforce has developed or the Salesforce automation has provided, that whatever you are able to build with a declarative, everything can be converted into Lightning without any effort. Straight away we can convert it. Anything that you have created with a declarative and whatever the Salesforce has provided you as built-in, they are converted into Lightning without any flaws. If you have built any pages of your own choice, if you have created your own programs, then that we have to convert it. So whatever the programs or pages what we created in the Classic, if you want the application to be converted from Classic to Lightning, we have to rebuild it or recustomize it. But anything that Salesforce is giving you as standard or anything that you are able to build with a declarative, that can be converted into Classic to Lightning without any extra effort. Now we have Classic version, Lightning version. How to convert the Classic to Lightning? Classic is the old, Lightning is the new. If you want to convert the Classic to Lightning, should we write the entire application again? Not necessary. Whatever the Salesforce is providing you, standard functionalities that Salesforce is providing you, they will be automatically converted into Classic to Lightning. Whatever you have developed, with a declarative, they will also be converted into Lightning without any extra effort. But the only thing that you need to rebuild is whatever the pages you developed in the Classic, that you have to convert into Lightning. Right, boss? Yeah. Any other question from classroom? Yes, what is your query? Come again? Now the same URL. See, now you got a website, Amazon website. Everybody will have separate website for logging. Obviously, right? When you have a license, I have to using that license. I have to create a user. Then I'll get a username, password. I'll share with them. Got my point? Okay. So how to create the user? There's story. We'll see it. Any other? Okay. So
Yeah,
online, I'll be giving the material from tomorrow. I'll be giving the username, password. Right. So I'll be giving the username, password tomorrow. I'll tell you how to log in and access the material. Right now, online people will get a Google Drive, but tomorrow I'll be giving you username, password, and how to log into my account and access the material. How to access the material. What are the theory I have given? The theory, I'll be giving you username, password tomorrow. You can access the running notes from tomorrow on my site. Right. And any other queries from the classroom? Any other queries from the classroom? Right. And I'm making very clear, I'll be encouraging the questionnaire in the last 15 minutes. I made it very clear in the beginning, because when you're going with, once I complete the complete critical part, then only you can ask your question, because most of the questions what you're going to ask is a part of my critical class. So once I complete all my concept, most of your queries will be clarified. So let us have the discussion on the topic at the end of the question, because everybody have their own version of question and everybody has their own comparison with the existing application. And most of 90% of the people are working employees here. And if I allow these 140 people to ask a question, 140 applications will come. Almost 140 people are in the class. Now if I allow you to ask, 140 different applications will come. So it will deviate the topic. There is a reason I will be encouraging the question in the last 15 minutes. I'm making very clear. Or else at the end of the topic, I'll be asking you questions. Please come forward with your question. During the critical explanation, do not interrupt me. Okay. Right. Yes, go ahead, Kishore.
Satish, Pawan here.
Yes, Pawan. That's all from my class. If you want to leave, you can push out.
So, for practice, you will be giving separate access on your server, or will be using this trials?
You can create a trial account. You can create a trial account.
Okay.
For the sandbox, I'll be giving an access.
Oh, you'll be giving access on your own server.
Once we've done half the syllabus in the administration, I'll be giving it.
Okay.
Hi Satish, I have one more question.
Yes.
So earlier, like we were talking about the licensing part, right? So in the licensing part, for example, if I need to give a guest access, like read-only access to some of the users, like I'll just create a guest user and I'll be sharing that one with multiple users, the same account.
Now,
so is there any possibility that we can
look at the point? Sure. Now the point here is business user is different, customer is different. Now, if you want to create a business user, we are supposed to create the Salesforce licenses. If you want a guest user or a customer to log in, I told you we have a separate platform for them. They are called community sites. There you can create a guest user and ask him to log in, but not on your core application. On the core application, we need a license to create a user.
Okay.
Now, when you say, now generally we don't create a guest user on production, right? We create a guest user for your partners. If you want to create any partner for your business, like partner in the sense, the people who sell your products or who help you to sell your products. For those people, we don't give access on the application directly. We create a separate platform called communities or portals or sites. There we give an access. There we have different type of license called guest user license. I can use from there. Okay.
Okay.
Satish,
Yes.
number of developers logging into Sandbox depends on license purchase. I don't know.
On one sandbox. Now different developer want to log into different sandbox. There is no question. Now the question is, on a single sandbox, how many developers can log in? That's the question. That will be dependent upon number of licenses you have purchased. See,
Sir, this is Sudhir.
come again.
Hello.
Right.
Hello, sir. This is Sudhir. One
Yes,
question
sir.
from my side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you, sir. You told in first lecture we are paying for money for the service of cloud as compared to sales cloud, service cloud. And second lecture you told that we are paying money for license. And today you
See,
told that we are paying for
now
license, not any services.
look
So
at
what
the
is the
point.
difference between your three points?
When you are purchasing only IAS, you'll pay for what? Service.
Sir,
Okay.
service.
When you say service, what is the service you are using?
Sir, sales cloud or service cloud?
Service. See, cloud is different.
Sales
Okay. Now, what is the service you are using?
Sales.
What is the service you
Sir,
are using?
sales.
No.
Sir, you told for sales cloud or a service cloud. Sales cloud plus service cloud.
Now, if you allow me to answer, I'll answer the question. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you are taking only infrastructure. Infrastructure as a service. Now, what is the service you are taking? You are taking the service of hardware there. Platform as a service. When you're taking a platform as a service, what you are taking? Platform. Meet your mic, Amma. We are taking a platform and we are paying the money for platform. When you take a software as a service, now what we are learning now? We are learning a software as a service. What we are learning now? We are learning a software as a service. Now, software as a service means platform plus application. Now, how many people have to get this service? Platform and application. How many people require a service? Only one person? Multiple person from your company? One person or multiple person from this company? Okay, that's why if you only one person required, you take one license. Now that license will give you what? Service of Salesforce platform and application. You get my point?
Okay, sir. I'm getting.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other queries?
Satish,
Yes, sir.
Satish, one doubt. Based on the version, we're getting the access to the developers, right? Based on the license.
Yes, sir. See, no. Look at that. Now, you're in. I make it clear. License to log into production. I told on sandbox, on one particular sandbox, on how many developers can log in?
25 you told, some figure given.
Here, license will come into picture. On production, how many licenses you have purchased? Those many developers can log into single sandbox. I'll give it again.
Okay.
Production. Now, we purchase a license for the production. If we purchase 40 licenses in the production, on a single sandbox I'm speaking, on a single sandbox, 40 developers can log in.
Okay.
Right?
For multiple sandboxes?
Multiple sandbox, there is no issue. No? If everybody is logging into multiple sandbox, there is no issue with this. Now the issue comes only on a single sandbox, how many people can log in. If there are 10 sandboxes, 10 different people want to log in, there is no problem. Right, Amma?
Okay. In the first starting of the class, you are given the chart like developers can access 25 and some of the figures you are given.
Type of sandboxes I have given.
Yeah, and if we get the more licenses, then the multiplication of that licenses, sandbox.
No,
right?
Sandboxes are fixed. You purchase 100 licenses or 1000 licenses or 1 lakh licenses, number of sandboxes are same. But number of people who can log in will change.
Satish, so number of developers log in 25 into 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Satish,
You have given the version name like summer, winter, and spring, right? So it will be like that in Salesforce, or just for example, you have given like
No,
that.
no. It's the names given by the Salesforce.
Salesforce, okay. Then one more thing, 15 characters unique ID will be created default by Salesforce. You said right for post.com. How
Yes.
it will be created? Will you show it in next class or?
Now, that is created by, we will be learning at the field levels. At the time of creating a field, we will be discussing that.
Yeah, okay.
Satish, still,
Um,
I have a doubt on that. If you purchase 40 licenses, for each license, if they will give 40 developers access to the sandbox, then we will get 40 multiplied by 40, 1600 developers can access at a time, right?
Now, the point here is, look at the point. On a developer sandbox, how many developers can log in? On each developer sandbox, one developer will log in.
One.
Okay. Now, how many developer pro? Developer pro, multiple people can log in. Right? So this is
Okay,
where
okay.
multiple people can log in. Right. Now you're
Hello.
taking enterprise edition. In enterprise edition, how many developer sandbox you got? 25. How many developer pro? 0. How many partial copy? How many partial
My doubt
copy?
is that Salesforce license and committee license, what is the difference?
Community license for the people to log into community. Salesforce license is for sales CRM and force.com access. You're supposed to go through my second lecture, Amma. I think it's the first class you're taken. Now look at the point, partial copy. In the partial copy, multiple users can log in. Here the number of developers can log in here. I can create this many. It is not necessary that I have to, are getting my point here. The developer sandbox is designed for one developer. On the pro, multiple people can log in. If you want 4 people to work at a time, you can create them. If you want 10 people to work at a time, you can create them. I hope you are good with this.
Okay, Satish.
Yeah. And Salesforce license is designed for CRM and force.com access. Community license is used for access on communities. Right. Okay, boss. That's all from my end. See you all in the next session.
Thank you.